Namaskar students. So in today's lecture we are going to solve some of the examples that the topic we have discussed in last lecture, that is your reactance diagram for any power system, okay, and per unit system. So we are going to solve some example how to find the per unit value of whatever the element that are connected in your one line diagram or the single line diagram, and from that we are going to draw the reactance diagram. Okay, so for that I also need to just show you that this statement, and it says that the value for base kVA does not affect the short circuited current. Okay, now still we are not dealing with short circuited current up to this lecture. Okay, what is short circuited current, that we have not considered, but since also we are going to deal with this kind of stuff, that is short circuited current. So whenever let's say there is a line to ground fault occurs in this transmission line, at that time current will going to flow, and that current is known as a short circuited current. And if you want to find the value of short circuited current, it can be given by ISC is equal to the actual current multiplied by 100 divided by your percentage reactance, or per unit value of your reactance, total reactance. Okay, so in that way you can find the value of short circuit current. So for now you just remember this formula, and in last lecture I have given one statement that whatever the base value you decided, it doesn't matter, your final output will remain same. That is what I want to show you. So now let us take one example. Here you can see this, consider a 3-phase transmission line, and that is operating at 66 kV and connected through a 100 kVA transformer with 5% reactance to generating station bus bar. Okay, so generator you can see 25,000 kilowatt with 10% reactance. Same way a single line diagram of this circuit is also shown. That is why, let's say suppose we are interested to find the short circuit current and also want to draw the reactance diagram of this simple power system. Okay, so now let us first assume that let us first consider, let's say our for this system we are considering your base kVA is equal to, let us say whatever your it is not 25,000, it is only 2500. I made one mistake. Okay, it is 2500 only. So we are considering that value as a base value. So let's say 2500 kV as a base value, and we are going to find the per unit value for your generator and transformer. Okay, so let's say for first, for your transformer, which is T in per unit, can be easily found out. So this is your transformer, that is in per unit, can be found out by the actual value. I hope you remember this formula. So that is, I'm writing here. So whenever you want to find your Z in per unit, and that is nu, which is equal to Z in per unit old multiply by kV square will be here, because your Z will be directly proportional to kV square. Okay, and inversely proportional to your MVA rating. That is why we can write that your kV right here, kVA right here. Here it will be your what do you call, your old value, here new value. Same for MVA, here it will be a new value and MVA old value. Okay, this is the formula we are using. So we know that Z per unit for transformer is nothing but your new value is equal to whatever the actual value, that is here 5% is there. Okay, multiply by your kV square old value and kV square new value. So let me just put directly the values. In that case, this actual value is 5%. Okay, multiply by kV old. Okay, old value is, we are not changing the base in case of kV. Okay, our kV base is same as before, and that is 11 kV. That is why this value is not going to change at all. So 11 kV was the previous base, and same also we are considering right now. Only we are changing the base value of kVA. So square multiply by your MVA new is now 25,000. 100, sorry, not 1000 again, and MVA old is your 1000. Okay, this will be your new transmission line reactance. So it is 5%. So whatever we'll get in terms of percentage only. So here 11 will be cancelled out. 2500 divided by 1000 multiply by 5, it is 12.5%. So that is the percentage reactance of a transformer at 25,000 kV base. Okay, same way we can calculate for your generator in per unit. Okay, so in that case actual value is 10%, multiply by, we are not changing the kV, that is why 11 kV divided by 11 kV whole square. Okay, here you can see your base kV is 25,000. It means your new value is 25,000, but old value for generator is also 25,100. So it is not going to change. So here it is one only. It is one only. That is why your per unit reactance is 10%. Okay, so is there any other element is connected in your power system? No, only generator and transformer is there. That is why your reactance diagram, from this we can draw that. So your reactance diagram is nothing but your generator is represented by reactance in series with a voltage source. Okay, a voltage source having a polarity plus and minus, having a reactance, that is reactance for generator is 10%. That is why here we have to put 10%. The second element is transformer, that is connected in series, and transformer is represented by a series reactor having 12.5% reactance. There is no other element. That is why the reactance diagram of this particular system is right here. So we have already drawn the reactance diagram. Okay, we have to find the short circuited current. So we know that we have to find the total reactance. So reactance of generator is 10% and reactance of transformer is 12.5%. So total reactance that will be 10% plus 12.5%, because both are in series. That is why it will be 10 plus 12, it will be 22.5%. Okay, this is your total reactance. Now you might know that P is equal to root 3 into VI for 3-phase, okay, 3-phase transmission line. So if you want to find the value of current I, then it will be P divided by root 3 into V, because we are interested to find the short circuited current, and for short circuited current we have to have the value of current I and percentage reactance. We already find the total reactance, that is 22.5%. Okay, we are interested to find the value of current I. So just put the value of P, and that is 2500 kV. So 10 raised to 3 divided by root 3, and your voltage is 66 kV. Okay, 66 kV. And this will be cancelled out. In that case, your current will be 2500 divided by root 3 divided by 66. Okay, so the value is 21.86 and the unit will be ampere. Okay, so the short circuited current, ISC, so you just put the value of I and percentage x into this equation. In that case it will be 21.86 multiplied by 100 divided by percentage x, here it is 22.5. okay, now if you simplify this, 21.86 divided by 22.5, you will get 0.971. okay, as far as percentage concern, multiply by, if you just multiply by 100, it will be 97.15. okay, this is an ampere. So if you just don't worry about this much of part, okay, for this chapter you have to find out the per unit value of each and every element, and then you have to draw the reactance diagram. The short circuit current part we will discuss when we are dealing with fault analysis. But what I want to show is the value for base kVA does not affect the short circuited current. So here we have considered the base value as 2500. Now in second case we are considering that base kVA, okay, same, this is kVA only. Base kVA is 5000. okay, first we have considered 2500, here we have considered 5000. okay, now repeat same procedure. So find first, now I am going to calculate very speed. So it is your 5% multiply by, this is not going to change, so I am not writing that term. And now your base kVA is 5000 divided by your old one is 1000, so that will be 5, and it will be 5 multiplied by 5, 25%. okay, same way you can calculate for your generator, that is actually is 10% multiplied by previous value, that is the MVA old will be in denominator, that is why 2500 here, and numerator it will be 5000, so it is 2, and 2 multiplied by 10 it will be 20. So the total percentage reactance is equal to this 25% plus 20% will be 45%. Same way you can calculate your current, that is I is equal to P divided by root 3. In first case our P is 2500, here it is 5100 kVA root 3, and your voltage is same again, so this will cancel out. If you just simplify this, 5000 divided by root 3 divided by 66, you will get 43.73 amps. okay, now from this you just put the value of R and percentage X into this equation, and your short circuit current will be again 43.73 multiplied by 100 divided by 45%. okay, so if you do so, 43.73 divided by 45 multiplied by 100, you can see the answer is 97.17 amps. okay, so here you can see the answer is 97.17. in previous case it is also 97.15. so unless we are changing the value of base kV, in first case it is 25,000, in second case it is 500, okay, 5,000, still the value is not going to change, that is your short circuit current. So from above discussion, it is clear that whatever may be the value of base KVA, the value of short circuit current is going to be same. However, the interest of the simplicity, that is the numerical, your convenient value for the base KVA should be chosen. Okay, so whatever the value base KVA you choose, it doesn't matter with your output. Okay, now let us take another example. Let us consider this single line diagram. I hope it is visible to every one of you. Okay, so now here you can see that we have one generator right here that is connected to a transformer. Here the rating of generator is 25 MVA, 13.8 kV at 0.15 per unit reactance. Transformer have rating that is 25 MVA, 13.8 is to 16.9 kV at 0.1 pu reactance. And at the load side, 4 motors are connected that is having the same rating, which is 5 MVA, 6.9 kV at 0.2 per unit. Now what we are want to find, that draw the reactance diagram. Okay, we have to find the reactance diagram of this single line diagram. So for that we have to first find the per unit value of generator, per unit value of transformer, and per unit value of motor on the same base. Okay, here we have already the value of 0.15, 0.1 per unit, 0.2 per unit, but the base is different in all the cases. Okay, so while discussing the theoretical part, we have decided that whenever we are having a transformer in your single line diagram, that will make the system into two part. Okay, in one part we have to define MVA and kV base, and in second part also we have to divide MVA and base kV. So let's say for part 1 we are deciding base KVA is equal to 25 MVA. Okay, and same base KV is equal to, let's say, 13.8 kV, because in primary side your transformer voltage is 13.8 kV. So this is for part 1. For part 2, let's say our base KVA is the same 25 MVA, but our base KV is 6.9 kV. Okay, for the right hand side of the part of the transformer. Okay, this is what we have decided, and from that we are going to find out the per unit value of each and every element. In that case we are going to draw the reactance diagram. Okay, so let us first start with your generator G in per unit. So again this formula is in your mind. So Z per unit new is nothing but Z per unit old multiplied by kV old divided by kV new whole square multiplied by MVA new MVA old. Okay, so that is what we are going to use. So again actual value, that is 0.15 pu multiply by here you can see your base KVA 25 MVA, and same is right here, base MVA is same. That is why this term will be 1 only. Okay, your denominator and numerator is same, that is going to cancel out and it will be 1. So we are not going to mention that term. Your KVA rating in this term is 13.8 kV. So let me just again write 25 by 25 and your 13.8 by 13.8. For generator you can see your voltage rating, KV rating is same, your KVA rating is also 25 as per base. That is why this will be same as on new base 2. Okay, now for a transformer, it is for transformer in per unit, your actual value is 0.1. Okay, now your base KVA, and that is your new value is 25, and your base MVA old, that is also 25. and your what you call your kV old and kV new. So kV old is 13.8 and kV new is also 13.8 whole square. So in that case this will be cancelled out and transformer as per unit value 0.1. Okay, this is all about your first part. Okay, now as far as second part is concerned, we are having 4 motors and we don't have to find out the per unit value of all 4 motors individually, because you can see that all the ratings, that is 5 MVA, 6.9 kV and 0.2 per unit, is same for all 4 motors. Okay, so we can, let's say for M1 per unit is nothing but whatever the actual per unit, that is 0.2, multiply by again kV old divided by kV new. So kV old is 6.9 and kV new is also 6.9. okay, and here you can see MVA new, MVA old. So MVA new is 25 but MVA old is 5 MVA. So this will be 1. So 0.2 multiplied by this will be 5. So 5 into 0.2 obviously it is 1 into 0.5 is 1 per unit. Okay, the same for is equal to M2 per unit, M3 per unit and M4 per unit. Okay, because they are having the same ratings. Okay, so this is all about. Is there any element which is pending? No, all elements having find the per unit value at new base. That is why we can now draw the reactance diagram. So first we are starting with your generator. So generator can be represented as a voltage source E in series with a reactance. Okay, so this is your generator having voltage source in series with reactance, that is having the reactance 0.15 per unit. Okay, is right here. The second thing is your transformer. So transformer can be represented by a reactance and that is having value 0.1 in this case. Then there are 4 motors are connected and all motors are connected in parallel. That is why we can connect them as parallel, and motor can be represented by a reactance in series with a voltage. This is not voltage source because motor is going to absorb the power. Okay, so the reactance is right here is 1 per unit, and such kind of 4 motors are there, so we have to connect all 4 motors in parallel. Sorry, yes, okay. So this will be the reactance diagram for whatever the power system shown right here. Okay, so it is very simple. First you have to find the per unit value on the same basis, and then you can just draw for each and every element what is the single line diagram. Okay, same here, it is 1 per unit, 1 per unit and 1 per unit. Now after drawing the reactance diagram, in later chapter we are going to deal with your symmetrical fault analysis and unsymmetrical fault analysis. In that case this reactance diagram is very important, because first we have to find out the reactance diagram, then at up to the fault point we have to find the total reactance. Okay, so finding the short circuit current, we can find the voltage divided by the total reactance at that point, and that way we can find the short circuit current. Okay, so these examples are very important. These are the simplest example. Whenever we are going to deal with short circuit analysis, we deal with some more complex example, but I think at this point you know that how to find the per unit value and the reactance diagram for any single line diagram. Okay, so with this we are closing this today's lecture. In next lecture we are going to start the synchronous machine. Thank you.